You know, one of those Property Brothers is married to Zoe Deschanel.
Really?
Yeah.
She seems kind of weird, to be honest.
Yeah, she's dating one of those twins.
Those seem like twins that have that fuck ladies together.
Just Zoe.
Like it's really about the twins, you know. It's not about the lady.
Have you ever had sex with twins?
No, I've never had sex with twins. Have you guys ever had sex with twins?
I've never had sex.
Male twins?
No, I had sex with Adam Zan and his mom.
They're twins?
They look the same from behind.
From beyond?
Fuck up.
They don't feel the same.
Yeah, from beyond. Dude,
so did
from
your
behind
Adam did
Hold on, we're not done.
Did your mom?
We're transitioning into the movie.
No.
Was this the only stand-in work your mom did on this movie as the melting guy?
It's very funny, Ryan.
I think it's
fucking dickhead.
Remember the little flying creature with the spiky mouth?
The eel
that bit the football player guy.
That's your dick, but your dick is much smaller, actually.
And it's in a different dimension.
Yeah, but it has that as big of a hole in relation to the dick. Like your urethra is as big as that mouth. Is that what you're going to say, William?
And it's always just biting dudes' faces.
Yeah.
There's audio playing. Hold on. I don't know what the hell is going on.
It's just that cricket.
Really jumped in front of that one. I feel good about that.
Fuck. All right, we gotta circle back.
Okay, start from one.
Yeah.
I was busting in Adam's mom's back wall. We got to do all that over again.
This is great.
So have you hit your mom's back wall, Adam?
Shut up.
Why does this bother you? I don't get it. It's not like we know your mom. This is like an absurd thought exercise.
Cheryl?
Shut the fuck up.
Cheryl Bowers?
That's your mom's name.
Cheryl Bowers?
Mom's name Cheryl.
No, her name is Creaky Bowels. We're riffing, baby.
Stuff. Yeah, you
Creaky Bowels.
I'm glad we warmed up.
It's fun. Make a joke about your mom's asshole. Try it.
Just a little one, Adam. Just make a little riff. It can be positive.
You have an asshole like a 66-year-old woman, William.
Thanks.
Probably. Honestly, probably.
That's great. It's much worse than that.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you do have a really bad butthole. From what I've heard.
Fuck because you fucked me in my asshole?
Yeah, sure.
Adam's always fucking me in my asshole.
Ryan's just trying to get the
I'm trying
hotel design.
to get my
right.
Come on, riff. This is what riffing is. You just go with the flow.
I don't like being the focus.
We're not taught. We're focusing on your mom.
Yeah, she's a beautiful lady.
Yes, she is.
I think
Inside and out.
I think it's actually prettier when a woman doesn't have teeth. You know what I'm saying? That's like one thing I like about Adam's mom.
Why?
Well, you could just like fuck her face really good, like really hard. And
so teeth have been the problem with you haven't been able to fuck anybody.
I mean, she's so gummy.
Teeth get in the way.
Well, I mean, I just like to really hold her head back, like that monster in Beetlejuice. Remember when they wore the crazy faces?
Right now, Adam.
Okay.
Right now, Adam really mad.
Adam looks like somebody on like Mari when the other person is just going off saying a bunch of lies and it's not his turn to talk yet.
I'll be throwing chairs.
He's being the mature guy. He's like crossed his legs.
Mature.
He's just like, guys, I'm a dad. He's turned into our dad.
Yeah.
It's like a 50-year-old.
Sure.
It's like two bad kids and their dad has had enough.
You know, I actually watched this movie with my dad.
You watch every movie with your dad.
Well, I thought it was going to be a scary one, so I needed somebody there.
Were you scared?
Hold his dick.
I was not scared. There was
But did you hold his dick?
Well, yeah, that's
When
just
you
how I
got
watch
scared.
movies. Just so I know he's there. It's like a security blanket.
Right.
It's also detached and in a jar, a little tiny jar. I keep it on a necklace around my neck, so I'm pretty much holding it at all times.
Oh, okay. I thought you had maybe like put on a S&M leather outfit and reached your hand under the blanket.
After watching this this movie, though, I think I'm gonna get into it. S&M, not doing that with my dad, but it looks like you're going.
We're trying to do a show.
It looks like you're going in between the little grass blades.
Adam has been shrunk. Adam has been shrunk, and now he's in the grass. He's been lost.
I shrunk.
And
Yeah,
I've been
down to
displaced.
grass size.
Ryan
just said Hotel Desire. No, nothing unusual.
In Bleakmore.
Yeah, on Adam's Zoom background, there's little follicles growing up and around him with the little drops they do.
Go on. Anything else you want to add?
Well, it looks beautiful down there.
He's so
Thank
pissed.
Did you ever see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Getting pissed. Of course.
I heard about it.
I saw Honey, I Blew Up the Baby.
Honey, I Blew the Baby.
Up. I blew up.
Starring Rick Moranis.
The wacky scientist that accidentally sucks his baby's dick.
He's working on some
Has to explain it to his wife.
No, you don't. I'm apologizing. Why is everybody mad at me? I'm apologizing.
And it's not even a comedy.
The machine made me do it.
Yeah.
One of his Rube Goldberg devices.
Yeah, he turned on the machine. He got horny and he blew the baby.
He made the resonator.
Like,
do you know who wrote
against his back?
Do you know who wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
J.R.R. Tolkien.
This is one of my nerdy questions. I already know the answer.
Yeah, because nobody cares.
Brian Yuzna.
Don't say. Would we know? Would we?
Well, Adam is correct. Brian Yuzna and Stuart Gordon wrote it.
Who's that? And who's that?
That's the producer and director of From Beyond. They wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh.
Brian Yuzna.
I could
Brian
tell.
D's nuts. He should be called Brian D's nuts.
We heard you.
Go ahead. Just wanted to make sure that got in there.
No, we got to do it. You ruined the segue that I spent so long setting up with all that work.
Honey, I blew up the segue.
Yeah, it just blows up. Accidentally blows up their segue. Yeah, they spent a lot of money on.
So which one did he write first? Honey, I Shrunk Did they write Honey, I Shrunk the Kids first, or did they write From Beyond?
Seems like it's kind of from the same era.
I was gonna say, is it the same world? Like, is it the same universe?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is not a H.P. Lovecraft story. The interesting thing is that they didn't even write From Beyond.
Yeah,
another writer.
That was like the thing. Wasn't there a bunch of H.P. Lovecraft movies coming out at that time?
Well, first they did Reanimator together, and then they made a movie called Dolls. So this whole set in From Beyond is the same set used in a movie called Dolls, which they shot right before that. But yeah, there's some other H.P. Lovecraft movies.
That's cool.
There's one called, is it The Curse? That was just remade as that Nicolas Cage movie.
The Color Out of Space.
Yeah. It's the same story.
I'm gonna watch that movie. I'm going
to. Curse.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll watch any Nick Cage movie.
Is it The Curse?
No. Well, the Nick Cage movie is called Color Out of Space.
Yeah, I think it's The Curse. Yeah, meteorite lands near a family farm during a storm in Tennessee. The son of a struggling farmer believes it's connected to a strange plague-like event afflicting the crops. Yeah, so they made a bunch of...
Richard Stanley should have remade this movie. This movie's awesome.
This movie is very cool.
Nicolas Cage in this movie would have been cool.
As who? As the masochistic
as the
guy that turns into the demon. So what is?
That's good casting, right?
What is the I don't know how to say it. What is his profession? That guy, I forget his name.
Scientist.
These are scientists, Ryan.
Yeah.
And they're just, the average, like most scientists, they're sexual sadists.
In the beginning of the movie, there's a scene where Jeffrey Combs, wakes up the other guy, knocks on his door, and he's in there. He puts on that like silk robe. Originally, what was happening is they shot a scene and they cut it where that guy was nailing a nail into a woman's tongue.
What?
Yeah,
really?
I was wondering because they didn't really, other than one scene later on in the movie, they didn't really mention that he was like into what.
Just a kinky guy.
Yeah, I really hated the kink shame on this because it was pretty basic stuff.
Yeah, they're like everybody who's kinky is bad. It's going to turn into a monster.
I watched the movie. I didn't see any kink shaming whatsoever.
There was like 3 lines. The big dude, the football player guy, says he's into some weird shit. He is a weirdo.
Also, I think it's implied that it's
guy.
like too far. Yeah, and then he says he's kink shaming the guy.
Yeah.
Now
I'm going to kink shame this guy right now.
Let me ask you something. This
is weird.
If he had been nailing a woman's tongue before, would that have made it more plausible? Like, would that be like, hey, that is kind of kinky?
Consensually?
I don't know this. I never saw the scene, but let's say it was consensual.
What kind of like, how big is the nail?
I don't know. I feel like
that's where we're going to get you. You got to go inches by nail.
It's essentially a tongue piercing. Ultimately, that's all it is.
Oh, that's probably what it was then. No, that's fine.
And you don't think, but don't you think that character, but don't you think that character saying that's weird shit says something about him?
That's what I'm saying.
What's your larger point, William?
That's not the movie kink shaming. That's just a character saying like, that's weird.
Yeah, because he's a boring little starfish, probably. A little pillow princess.
Whoa, I don't like you starfish shaming, Ryan.
Why? It's boring.
Yeah, don't shame the pillow princesses.
Yeah. See, two can play that game.
I want somebody. This is okay. I'm going to reveal some stuff here. First of all, I've never had sex. I've never even had sex. I've said that so many times. I've never even had self-sex. I'm saving myself for God. And I would like him to be the first sexual encounter I have. God. Yeah, I mean, he's omnipotent. Think about it. Breaking in all the walls, dude. He wouldn't even be just hitting the back walls. He would be hitting left, right, roof,
it would be
ceiling.
Cool if God was a lady. And then he or like, it was like Gaia, like Mother Earth was an actual like lady that was like all made out of trees and water and stuff. And you could like fuck her.
You just want to fuck trees.
I don't know. It'd be cool to fuck like a giant god lady. Lady, of course.
How would you do it? Like crawl up or just like hump the toe?
Yeah, I mean, how big is
this? Like how big are they? Yeah, giant.
The size of a planet.
I mean, that's pretty big.
Oh, it's like God.
That's true.
You just like it'd be like an ant humping your toe.
Well, it could shrink down to like normal size to
So then you just have
make
it be
it
like
work.
having sex with a normal person.
Like a rose
well,
bush.
but like made out of trees.
What if you could like stick
and
your dick
water.
in a flower?
Yeah, you could do that.
Something a little more tangible, a little more.
Yeah.
There's just like a flower with like a pussy in the middle of it.
And think about those
Dude.
STDs. Those STDs would help pollinate and populate bees.
Well, yeah, because
Bees.
when you think about it, a flower,
I'm gonna go have sex with some plants.
a flower
You
is
give like a
vagina.
bee. You give a bee colony hepatitis C.
I'm the reason they.
Yeah.
The entire
Infects the whole-
species, the entire honeybee species goes out because of Hep C.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh.
just a picture of me.
Yeah.
Ryan, you don't have
This
any
man
STDs
made
because
bees
you're
extinct.
because you're a virgin. So
Yeah, I do. I've had canker sores.
now Tommy Lee, on the other hand, he is Hep C positive.
Wait, why?
Tommy Lee Jones?
You don't gotta air Tommy Lee's dirty laundry right now.
You have to. It's like registered sex offenders. They have to say it, and cops.
mean-
they have to say they're a cop.
It's
Wait, does
public news.
Pamela Anderson also have Hep C? You're saying?
Of course.
Probably.
Who do you think outed him?
I think we all watched that happen in that one porno.
Yeah, that's
But
just
it'd be-
watching somebody get Hep C.
I can,
And whoever
Watching
steered that
four
boat
women get Hep
next,
C.
whoever honked that boat's horn next,
Yeah,
also got
just like the nicest guy in the world.
the guy
like
cleaning
finally
up
renting a
on-
boat for the
cleaning
first time.
He's a dad, a father, and his like some suburban
yeah.
father and his
Here, son,
two
you want to
children.
practice driving the boat?
here,
like,
come
hey,
honk
Dad.
the horn,
Here,
son.
honk the horn. It's fun.
3 weeks later, dead from Hep C.
just goo dripping from it.
Or it was
Gross.
you remember how like the guy from Papa Roach got herpes from his uncle kissing him on the lips?
No,
No.
William,
That's a
you know
thing?
that story, right?
Nope. But I'll go
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
a thing. That's a
that
thing.
sounds about right.
Sorry, I thought I was kind of expecting just like universal recognition. Yeah, it's like the guy from Papa Roach's uncle, like gets up and is like, I love boats. He kisses the steering wheel or something like that.
And then
And
when
he's
he
like,
gets
come
Hep-
here.
He has Hep C.
Yeah. And then he gives it to his nephew. And then
'Cause
the
he
nephew
kissed
goes on to form Papa Roach. Just something like that. Sorry, guys.
Now I feel bad. Like none of my uncles have ever kissed me on the lips. Was I
Yeah.
not loved?
You don't have Italian uncle.
Yeah, I do.
Papa Roach is in an Italian band.
My uncles kiss their fingertips more than they ever kiss me on the lips.
Mm,
That's how Italian
Yeah.
they are.
I know that's like the problem with Italian uncles.
Is
Yes.
that their fingers are always pruny from
Yeah. Too busy kissing their fingers. Not enough time kissing their nephews.
I'm reading about this Papa Roach guy. Papa Roach.
Yeah, it seems like a
Papa
story that you would
Roach's
have to
Jacob
know.
E. Shaddix confirms he has herpes, denies he got it from his uncle.
What? That's not what I heard.
I mean,
Are you
if you
spreading
got it,
fake? Are you
if you
spreading
gotta
fake news,
deny it.
Adam?
No.
Adam, fake news is the media's version of Hep C. So I'll be
that's
spreading that
powerful,
shit.
dude. Yeah.
Adam's gullible.
I mean, I don't know. Just because he denied it.
I
Like,
told some
you
guy.
love-
You can
I-
get
I
Hep C
told-
from your uncle. What?
You
So he's
love
like, I got
celebrity-
Hep C from a grocer.
I said it's herpes. Okay, see, you're just
Or
spreading new
herpes.
rumors.
No, these are old rumors.
You're a gullible man. You
I
believe
told
every
some.
rumor.
I told some too.
I also heard
some-
Marilyn Manson took out his a rib so he can suck his own dick.
Yeah, he did. I've seen it.
Oh.
At the Hotel Desire.
Your head till. It's the end of the Hotel Desire commercial.
I told a dude today
Marilyn
that
Manson should've
that
gotten-
your intestines are at like around 65 feet long, and I said it, and I believed myself. Like it just came. We were just talking about intestines. I was talking about the world's largest like record poop was like 25 feet long or something like that. It was something crazy. And there's video of it. And it's this woman who pooped down. she held her poop in for like 7 days. And the intestines are only like 15 feet long.
Unbroken.
Hold on.
Unbroken. You can look it up.
She also like taped her asshole shut. Like she plugged her asshole shut.
I knew William would know about
26 feet.
this.
To back it up.
A woman in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Yeah, and she did it in a bowling alley.
I would have guessed Florida. Cool. The most impressive thing about that, you can see the video. She's like squatting and walking as she's like laying it out, like just an Italian person rolling a fresh homemade noodle.
What the fuck? I'm watching it.
And the most impressive thing, she's not wearing bowling shoes and she does not slip. She doesn't slip.
Do you think the Chariots of Fire music was playing when she did this?
Yeah. Very inspirational. It's like the end of Rudy.
What I want to know is, did the bowling alley know? Like, was this a Guinness Book of World Record thing?
No, yeah, they were totally into it.
And did she throw a strike?
This will be a movie one day.
A Disney movie, like an inspirational.
Yes.
Airbud shit's
cool
26
running,
feet.
sort of.
Like I, Tanya.
Oh, sure.
Edgy.
She
it'll be like
her butthole. How did she sleep?
She was just like, owie, owie, owie. I got a shit real bad. My tummy hurts.
Why?
That's the audio if you watch the video.
Imagine the relief, though.
That's what Adam's mom said the night I fucked her.
What? She was relieved when you left? When you finished?
Oh.
What? No, Ryan.
Gotcha. And that's something I learned doing banter at the Hotel Desire. They have a dirty, sticky bar.
We're gonna have to start over. I think that's the warm up.
No, we can't. I can't do more that much later. Let's just start talking about the movie.
Let's start from the beginning.
We got to start. We got to start from the beginning, and that'll just be
from the beginning.
There's plenty of funniness in the beginning.
No, okay. So what were we talking about?
Wait, let's
breaking Adam's
transition.
Mom's back wall.
No,
we're hitting the back wall.
We're talking about the lady with the poop, the long poop.
Now. It'd be cool if like
poop. That's the name of the movie. It's like Lady in the Window. The lady with the
Yeah, you're right. We've been like bullshitting for way too long. I didn't realize it was 8:45.
The shitwalker. We got to think of a pitch for that movie.
The lady in the lady with the long poop. Constipated Karen. Constipation Nation.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire. That's what it's called.
How pissed would you be taping your butthole closed for 7 days to build up enough poop inside of your body so that you can break the world record, 26 feet, and then you go and it's just all diarrhea.
Yeah,
I mean,
you feel pretty stupid.
25 pounds of just liquid. Then they're like, it's running into the gutters of the bowling alley.
They go to the judges. And the judges are like talking back and forth. They're like, well, so I mean, and he's like, look, it's one very long stream of diarrhea that I squirted out of my butt. I mean, come on. And the judges are like, well, no. And like they open like a rule book. They're like, And then like a referee comes out and is like, disqualified.
Yeah,
he just like cries.
If you would have got it in a bucket, knees. We could have done most gallons of diarrhea. But
yeah.
Now imagine if they scooped up the diarrhea,
squeegeed it,
and they soaked it up with towels, and then rang it over 110 pieces of paper, and that was the screenplay for From Beyond.
No, the screenplay was good.
I know. I'm just kidding. I just needed to make a transition. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
good transition.
It made me want to read H.P. Lovecraft. It made me want to I want to read a H.P. Lovecraft book.
You should.
Yeah.
So the original story this is based on by H.P. Lovecraft is only 7 pages long, and it only encompasses like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Serious?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So they had to expand past that story and extrapolate something. So originally they wanted to do...
they did well then.
They wanted to do Dagon, which is a movie they made later, where like people are turning into fish monsters, but the movie producer guy, I think Charles Band, it was him. And then he was like, no, that's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. No, people turn into fish. No, come on.
Isn't that the plot of the Disney movie that's coming out tomorrow?
The Pixar movie?
Disney animation movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to pay for the visual effects. So yeah, so they made they shot this whole movie in Italy. So almost none of the other actors in it speak English. So they shot it like super dirt cheap. I think they spent like less than $2 million or something. I might be mixing this up with another movie.
Yeah, because everybody was speaking. I know it was all audio dubbed, but everyone was speaking.
It's definitely shot in Italy. I forget.
The acting.
They used to do this all the time.
The side people is kind of bizarre though, and that kind of explains it, I think.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of things are shot on set. So at the beginning of the movie, when you see the house, like whenever you're outside, you see the house, that's a set. That's why all these camera moves are weird.
Okay.
And it's like pitch black outside of the house. And the house apparently is very little. It's like a miniature house. So like
they made it look like a 3-story mansion.
Yeah. And they had it like corn like leading up to it.
In a gate.
Yeah. So this is the whole team of like from Reanimator, and this is like the semi-sequel, although they later did make a sequel, The Reanimator. The Bride of Reanimator.
Wait, what's Reanimator about? I really like what this movie is about.
It's like a zombie type, isn't it?
No, Reanimator.
It has like Living Dead. So like Reanimator is about 2 medical students. Or they're 2 young doctors, but they're like, I think they're medical students, and they go to school together. And one of them is really obsessive. That's Herbert West, played by Jeffrey Combs, who's the lead in this movie. And he has this green goo, and he's using it to like reanimate the corpses in the morgue at the school. And like, and
okay,
then,
so it's like a bringing dead back to life thing. And
then the roommate guy is dating this girl, and her father runs a school, and then eventually his head gets cut off, and then
okay, sure. Now what's this movie? I want to see the similes.
From Beyond. So this movie, it's like I said, the story is only 7 pages long, so they're just making up all this shit afterwards. So I don't know if the sexual desire thing was explicit explicit in the book or the short story the way it is in this movie. Like, I think they just were like, let's get them horny and let's have some like cool visual effects. And then we can shoot it on the set, and then it'll be like, we can reuse the set for this other movie we're making, Dolls, which is not nearly as good. But
I don't get what. So they're in From Beyond.
The big similarity between From Beyond and Reanimator is the father-in-law character in Reanimator who has his head cut off. He's very horny and he's very gross and he's like disfigured. And he's the guy that, or is he even the father? Because he goes down on the girl, the actress, Barbara Crampton. I guess they're not related. So he like goes down, but he's like really gross and creepy and horny. And then that guy, the doctor,
is his name William?
Preterius, the bad guy in this movie, he's You know, he's very creepy. He's very gross. He's very.
I thought he
horny.
was going to be cool. Anytime I see, and this is my bad, this is on me, but anytime the introduction to a character is somebody in a like silk kimono / robe type thing, and that's it.
Cool.
I go, this dude is gonna be cool, and I'm usually probably about 10% right with that. And this was one of those. This was the 90%. Yeah, this one fell into the 90%. No, it's cool, dude. I've always wanted to just walk around like a sleepy samurai, only wearing a kimono. But I don't got the body for it, and
Yes, you do. Don't say that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
No, my body is not honorable enough to be a samurai.
It's enough to wear a silk robe. You do have to like, it's like most people who wear silk robes are douchey or whatever. I guess it's just a man thing. Like women can wear whatever they want, but like a man that wears a silk was
a man can't be comfortable.
Well, I mean, you have to have like very high honor to not be a douchebag wearing a silk robe. That's the thing.
What about sweaty, disgusting guys who just lounge around in tank tops all day?
Those guys are cool.
Are they high honor?
Yeah, it's like a low honor situation. It's probably the lowest form.
Look, this guy is a scientist. He's doing amazing experiments. You know, he likes.
Yeah, what are they doing?
He likes to have a little S&M sex.
Yeah, just to blow off some steam.
Okay, so they're using the resonator.
And they're stimulating the pineal gland, right?
Yeah, so the pineal gland actually, they think might be running your day and night cycle because it's sensitive to light.
Who's they?
In the movie? Or
in the
doctors?
Movie?
No, in real life, the pineal gland is real.
Yeah, your third eye. A lot of cultures. A lot of cultures that I visited.
On your travels?
On my worldly well, I've been traveling this last year and a half, pretty much everywhere. Yeah. And they're like, third eye. I don't know what they're saying because they're usually speaking different languages. But
aren't you staying with your parents in Nebraska?
Yeah, and they, that's kind of my home base. I'm here a couple days a week, and then I'm probably going to be in
India,
Bossing Say next week.
That sounds very exotic, Brian.
It's from the last Avatar.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
I see.
So,
that's cool, man.
They're all about pineal gland.
I don't know what they're doing in this movie. They have a light bulb. They have a big tuning rod. They have a lot of power. They have a lot of computers, and they're just turning it on, and everything goes pink. And then they find they're opening up like another dimension. So
yeah,
all those like weird in another dimension, everything's a monster
to us.
Yeah,
but they could basically be like prehistoric.
It's kind of like deep sea life.
It was literally eels. Those were literally like eels.
And I think H.P. Lovecraft hated sea life. He hated fish.
He villainized them.
Thought it was scary. Yeah.
He like found them so disgusting.
I mean, probably like one of those guys that would wear a t-shirt at the beach.
He's also super racist.
Is he? Maybe I don't want to read one of these books.
I believe he called his dog the N-word.
Like that was the dog's name?
Yeah. I think he's
kind of a funny name for a cat, actually.
Well, there's also a movie there's a British movie about called The Dam Busters. I think they have a dog they call the N-word. And that's like a black and white movie from the 40s. And that's not even that long ago. And they're not
it sounds like a black and white movie.
And they're not like racist, evil, psychotic writers, alcoholics, shut-in types. They're like the heroes of the movie. They're like, come here. And then like in the new version, they redubbed it and they call him Trigger. So like, come here, Trigger, let's go. But
thank God.
You know, it's funny. Like, there's so many movies from the past, and it's like, it's very rare to see like that kind of overt racism in an old movie. Right. And you think there'd be so much more of it, considering the culture.
Oh, I'll send you some links.
You got the.
I got a big
underground
file,
shit.
Dude. Big file. In my travels, I pick up a lot of nasty movies in my travels.
That's cool, man.
I
like Anthony Bourdain, but you're just finding movies that have
just racist movies. That wouldn't be that hard.
That'd be cool, dude.
Yeah, that would be really cool. It's like that.
You know what would be cool if I couldn't find any movies with racism. That would be cool.
The thing is, Anthony Bourdain would do that like on the show though, like as like an aside. I remember in Tokyo, he like looked at like hentai. He's like, I'm reading hentai with this hentai artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He was kind of racist towards veganism. He was very brutal towards veganism. Any chance he got, he was like,
mean. He talked a lot of shit about it, right?
He was mean.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Well,
no, I'm glad he's gone. That meat killed him, right?
No, he.
Yeah.
I loved Anthony Bourdain. Rest in peace.
Oh, we talked about this. Asia Argento's broke his heart. That's my theory. But she's awesome. So I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, I also think
awesome.
I had clinical depression and anxiety and problems like that he was constantly working on. Sure.
Hey, she's just really cool. Sorry.
I mean,
I bet it was the hentai. I bet he read hentai and then like can't get better than this.
He just got really into hentai and then it ruined his life.
They just find him and where they're cleaning out his apartment and it's just wall to wall.
Like body pillows.
Well, he's just laying under it. Based. It collapsed on him like a hoarder.
Crushed by hentai.
His landlord in this situation, he lives in like a studio apartment, and his landlord is he like what? Because he spent all his money, all his Bourdain money, all his travel money he spent on hentai, and
of course,
his landlord's like, yeah. He just would never leave his room. I found him in there. I saw some hentai slipping out from under his door, and I opened it, and it was
just a pile of hentai falling on you.
Just a pile of hentai.
But catching you like a wave and then like pushing you down the hall.
It's like
like on your stomach. Just laying
and the landlord just just going down the hall. Like the blood scene in The Shining.
Yes, or that one scene in From Beyond, the movie should we talk about?
Was there a scene like that?
What about Ratatouille, dude? When he goes down the sewer,
there was a hentai scene in that.
Yeah.
No, but he's like floating around. But like
floating on.
I guess we should go over the cast. So obviously, the guy who plays like the really horny, creepy dude, Ted Sorrell, is awesome. He doesn't have he's not in a lot of movies. He's in Network, but I don't remember him.
That's cool.
This is like his biggest movie. And
he's kind of like an Anthony Weiner type of guy.
Well, he's Greek. He's way manlier.
Way manlier. He wears a kimono. Anthony Weiner could not wear a kimono. Anthony Weiner wears, that's the guy that sent a picture of his dong, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner is somebody that wears like a cotton robe, shirtless, that he stole from some like mid-level hotel.
Different kind of robe guy.
Anthony, whatever this guy is from this movie, silk kimono, resonating that pineal gland.
Yeah. A man's robe tells a lot about his personality.
That's why I don't own any. I don't want any assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner, he's famous for his robe, and
that's
nobody else. So then the other guy in the movie, Another cool actor is Ken Faree from Dawn of the Dead. He's the black guy.
Oh, that's where that guy's from. Okay, I was trying to
that dude's that like he's like 17 feet tall. That guy's huge.
He's a big guy.
He was cool.
I like the scene where he eats 3 dumplings and he gives everybody else one.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought he was making like Red Lobster cheese biscuits.
So does he say he plays football in this movie?
He said he used to play pro football, and then I forget why he quit.
Okay, isn't it funny that we just watched The Principal, and then there's another movie a week later, made like the same time period, where a black guy's like, "Yeah, I used to play football." Like that was just like a stock.
Yeah, it's almost like there's like stereotypes in screenwriting of the time.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
and it's just,
but that are sometimes true.
Yeah, but why couldn't he be like a successful businessman?
Well, it's also that he's he's like the tough guy.
Wasn't he also literally a football player? Probably. In real life?
Well, I mean, he's black, so.
No, his career began in off.
You could assume, right? That's what.
It started in off Broadway. That's like the furthest away from football.
No, he's not
a thespian.
An actor, or he's not
he's a beautiful soprano.
He's on Facebook.
Oh, that's cool.
Adam. Facebook.
That makes sense.
Adam has a friend. Adam has a friend on the pod.
He's not. He never played football. So Adam's racist.
So then later in the movie, I was the one that said that, but later in the movie,
no, I am too.
Later in the movie, they put him in what is supposed to be a professional jersey, like his old football jersey, but it is clearly a t-shirt that they like designed tape around the arms to look like it's a t-shirt.
I don't think it's a t-shirt. I think it's like
it is not jersey material.
I think it's like a nursing scrub.
So it's something like that, where they clearly just bought something cheap and tried to make it look like a football jersey.
So apparently this is a big problem in Italy, is getting American props. Like the reason why they drive that Ford van is because that's the only van or the only like American car they could find.
And do they use that as the ambulance too?
Probably.
I mean, I love this movie though. I loved how they did it all like that. And keep going.
Yeah, knowing that it's an Italian-made movie kind of.
Well, it's Americans helps. Working in Italy, but they're doing it in American style.
It's nice. It feels like an Italian movie, which is like a good thing, I think, for this type of movie.
I thought it felt like
it has a cheapness to it that, knowing that it's like you can enjoy it for that instead of, have that.
I thought it had a real snuff box. Those guys from Snuff Box, Darth Lundgren's Dark Room or whatever that show was called. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You thought it was like a British comedy show from
but that's like what it seemed like they were spoofing in that British comedy show. Is movies like this.
It's like melodramatic, like sci-fi or like intense science conversation.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Well, I think they're spoofing.
It's kind of like a 50s movie. Kind of felt like a 50s movie.
They're spoofing like Snuff Box is a little
Plan
earlier
9 from Outer Space.
But yeah, sure, there's some element in this, or like Garth Marenghi.
Garth Marenghi, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie has like an interesting thing because it's kind of like
hold on.
That. Okay.
What about Barbara Crampton?
She's great.
That's the girl, the lady.
It's the actress.
Oh my God, dude! I fell in love with her.
It's so
Any
funny.
Scene in particular? Did that happen in any scene specifically?
So when the movie starts, she's wearing glasses. Scene. She's wearing glasses. Nice. She's being
that got me.
Her hair is tied up or up.
Boom. Number 2 got me.
And she visits Jeffrey Combs in the hospital, and he's totally nuts.
Jeffrey Combs.
And then later on, after the resonators turn on, she gets very horny.
They all do. That's what it does.
Yeah, but she gets the horniest.
She gets really horny. Yeah. That's a very nice, pleasant coincidence, right, boys?
Is that when you fell in love with her, Ryan? When she
No. It's later in the movie when she has a costume change.
Yeah.
It's after the giant snake eel in the basement.
So she puts on this here, we can watch the clip.
Because then, and you're gonna hate that I say this, but once it got to that scene, I think if this is the one we're about to watch, yes, then I was like, hell yeah, I feel like I'm watching a graphic novel.
This scene? Are you talking about hentai?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Well, what you're watching is an exploitation movie. And yeah, it is like a comic book.
Because now she's in like a costume, so it's kind of tight, and it's like, okay, whatever. Lipstick, I'm not a big fan of lipstick because it literally is. It's a uniform.
I mean, it's a movie prop. I'm saying a costume for like a movie costume.
Oh, I see.
But here, like this is a superhero right here. It's like Catwoman. This has Catwoman vibes all over it.
So like,
she goes meow.
She did a Playboy.
Never worn a sexy outfit, Ryan. You don't know what it's like.
She did a Playboy
leather, black leather.
Look at the background.
She's basically. I mean, While it is like an explicit outfit, it's essentially like Blood Rain. Like this is a common outfit in comic books. This is like how a character.
But it's just an S&M.
And then look at that dude. Look at that powder ass looking dude.
His acting is so good. Even him just laying there and being like sick.
Honestly, I did not like this guy until he lost his hair. I didn't like his acting until he lost his hair.
Really?
Wait till
I think he's
Wait till he gets startled. His startled acting is so good. I think it's here.
Yes. Don't jerk me off.
Does his head move? You're
getting frustrated.
Yeah. He's breathing heavier, so he knows he's
awake.
He's like, maybe if I don't move, she'll keep going. I don't know about that.
Why not? She's licking her fingertips.
After she touches junk, right after he was in some nasty, weird, like giant eel gunk in the basement. That's nasty, dude. He didn't even take a shower.
It's kind of annoying they're dry humping, right?
It's like they should be.
No, I don't.
I mean, she should be fucking him. I don't need full penetration, but I don't need a blanket.
She's experimenting. Look how tall that guy is. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? He had to duck his head to walk into the door.
Here comes Adam.
I like that we're just like silently watching the scene.
Here comes the fun police. Ken Faree comes in and he's pissed and yada yada yada.
I love that painting in the background there too.
Now he has to. Now he is like trying his best to resist her. This is like Batman and Catwoman. She's like, "You're gonna get my pussy," and he's like, "No way."
I would love that cast.
What do you mean the cast? Those are characters.
If he played Batman and she played Catwoman.
All right, settle down.
The tension.
From Batman Beyond, dude.
If they just had a scene like this between
From Batman Beyond.
See, the horniness is so much that it actually turns on.
Is that what they're implying? Look at how good that
movie's about the dangers of being horny.
The penile gland is too much.
And then there's busted ass. The biggest turnoff in this scene is his costume.
That fucking schlubby looking jersey. 5'5".
This is great.
Look at yourself. You are.
He was about to fuck her.
I don't know.
He just blames her. This is all.
I don't know who I am.
This is all part of the courting process, okay? Uh-oh. You know,
Somebody's turned on.
you got to kind of nag a woman right before you fuck her. You know?
Yeah, that's just part of that guy's game.
You know, he was about to. He was into it.
Yeah. The next scene is just them fucking.
No, because if they get, the more erotic they get, the more the big giant melted potato guy comes out.
Yes.
What is
Dr. Pretorius?
What if it was
Yeah, but
one
it's
of the
not
guys
Dr.
got
But Dr.
horny?
Pretorius is dead. Dr. Pretorius gets his head ripped off in the opening scene, and that's why the guy is that's why the guy's in the mental institution or the psych ward.
Yeah.
And then that thing, whatever this thing is that the other doctor, the bald Powder, says, he's like, that thing got him, that thing ate his head. And then there's even a quote in one of the first monologues when we see the thing he's basically wearing the doctor's skin. So he's not actually the doctor. He's just like wearing the doctor's skin. And that's what the little trimmer thing comes out. So the doctor's dead. Kimono
Right.
doctor
Well,
is
because
dead.
I guess what they're implying is that when you go into the other dimension, you fuse with the other.
But that's just the trick of that creature.
They steal your identity, right?
Oh, so
That
you're saying
creature
that
is,
wasn't
yeah.
the guy. That wasn't.
It
the
wasn't
doctor at all.
actually
It
the
was just
guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it was
Ryan,
the creature wearing its skin and like whatever.
But aren't the characters fusing with the creatures? Like, Crawford.
Yeah, it's like absorbing their horniness and stuff. Like their horny.
Well, he gets the
souls.
penile gland hole. He's bald.
Yeah.
He's affected. He's
Well,
the
he
same
gets
character.
Yeah, he gets bald because that giant worm in the basement was eating him and sucked off
Just
all
ate
his hair. Sucked him dry. No, just sucked him dry. That's happened. That can happen, man. One time. Okay, I know a guy. This isn't me. I know a guy who's getting domed up. Right.
Are you sure this isn't you?
100% not me. Getting domed up, and this guy's never shaved his pubic region for ages. This is one of the Hotel Desire stories I've got from sitting at the
I think
Hotel
this is
Desire
the
bar.
worst urban legend I'm ever about
This
to hear
is
in my
not
life.
urban, and this is not a legend. This was in the countryside.
I'm pretty sure this is a
Getting domed up. Never shaved his he was a country boy, never shaved his pubes, never had any need to. His pubic hair was fully grown, and he got domed up so hard, all of the pubes got sucked out right out of their pores.
by what? A witch?
No, it was just a really
good
horny girl.
sucker. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
Just like a
bitch.
really witch, you idiot. No, it was just some
Fucking-
So a drunk
Girl-
chick sucked
Are you a
his
virgin,
pubes through his
William?
dick.
pubes off, and I swear to God, it wasn't me. Not through, just off of the balls. And they've never grown back since. And
I think
swear
this
it
is
wasn't
an
me.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure this aired on
This is one of those
Snick
rumors.
in
Childhood
1993.
urban legend.
Oh, I just walk
man
up
who
to
lost
this.
his
I'm just
pubes.
walking around this forest, and I see like a group of kids sitting around a campfire, and I hear them telling spooky stories. I'm
You're
like,
just
hold up,
drunk.
hold
You're
up,
like,
hold
guys, I
up.
got
I
one.
got
You're
one
just-
for you.
You're
Spit out
just
a pube.
drunk. You're just drunk, passed
Yeah.
out. You just wake up, and they're like, "Hey, let's let the hobo tell a story on Are You Afraid of the Dark." You tell this like extremely nasty. God, this happened to a guy, not me. All right. He
It's definitely
sucked the
not me.
pubes right out of his balls. Okay,
and they
Right
never
off of
grew
them.
back.
and all the
And
kids
then
are
at the end-
crying.
And at the
don't
end,
feel
I cough
good.
up. I do a little, and a bunch of pubes come out of my mouth.
I gotta go.
And I
Dude, that's
just
such
get
a
up
good
and-
ending to that
I
scary
get up
story.
and just sprint off. Like
That could
really
be-
good.
it's
Like
pretty
I'm
spooky.
really good at running. Like I'm like parkouring through the woods.
That could be an SNL digital short. I mean, that's basically what they are.
Yes.
like-
An All
Thanks,
Lonely
man.
Island sketch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You think I could write for him? I'll write that and I'll mail it to
They
him.
will steal your joke, yes, if you submit it in a sketch package.
I'll handwrite it. I'll get it copy
I would be
written or
honored.
whatever.
I mean, apparently, like dozens and like if not hundreds of comedians have said, like, yeah, they just stole my sketch in my submission packet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But then again,
At least the
also,
show's really good.
but comedians also have like the dumbest sketch ideas, and they're like, oh, they fucking stole my idea, dude. I had an idea. It was like this movie plus a horny character, and they took it. I can't believe it.
Well, let's delete my ball story then, because I'm gonna write it down, and I don't want him to get a hold of it before I'm done getting. I'm gonna handwrite it and
like
patent it. Patent it.
That'd be cool.
And then mail it.
How's your script going, Ryan?
It's done.
Damn.
I quit writing it. No, I'm like 5 pages done with the first act, so that's something we can talk about off cast.
Okay, just checking it out.
There's 42 acts.
So we should talk about Jeffrey Combs.
Combs.
Is that the main guy?
Jeffrey Diddy Combs.
The first time I saw this actor, I was in The Frighteners. It was my friend's 14th birthday, and we had no idea what that movie was or like who Peter Jackson was, Jeffrey Combs. And
he's awesome in that movie.
It was just like, it was so funny to us when we were 14. It was just like a mind-blowing movie that we immediately were like, okay, now we got to see Reanimator. We got to see whatever Peter Jackson made. Like, I mean, we didn't even know what they had made, but like we were like going online trying to figure it out. It was so difficult back then in like 1996 to see any of these horror movies. So I think the first time I saw Reanimator was on VHS from Blockbuster. And then I had a friend who had like a bootleg copy of a Laserdisc of the unrated version. That's how I saw the unrated version of Reanimator. And From Beyond, I didn't even see until in my 20s. I think I saw New Beverly, but I always knew about it. I just never assumed it would be as good as Reanimator. And now, honestly, I think it might be better than Reanimator.
It was whenever the reverberator or whatever turned on, that shit looked cool with the blue glowing light, the resonator. Yeah, the lighting, like it was shot pretty cool.
It was cool for I think the limitations of it. I do feel like, to me, the one flaw in this movie, the story is awesome. Like the idea of it is awesome and everything, and like it's done well, and like the effects are cool, and the movie doesn't like pull punches and stuff. And the performances are all really good, but it's like I would like it to be more immersive and like feeling like the point of view of the characters. I had to kind of think about it, what they were getting at with like, oh, you can like see this other dimension, and it's kind of like it's like an incredible feeling to like suddenly have this like sense open.
There's a whole monologue I wish where they describe it.
Well, I know they describe it, but I wish the movie like put us in it more in a better way. And it has this like kind of cool pink thing, but it's like they should have added smoke or something to it being to like.
Here we go. Adam always has to comment on like
that's
RoboCop doesn't walk good enough.
RoboCop doesn't walk good enough in the first one. The second one, he figures it out. But
they literally
this
were
one,
like,
it doesn't have
and put on a whole leather outfit, and
it should have like a
smoke.
No, it should have like and more of an atmosphere when it switches over, because it's just this light thing is like, it makes, I don't know, it doesn't look that good, I don't think, and it doesn't. It's less of a. It seems like less of a big deal, honestly, because it just seems the same. Like the lighting's just changed, or it could be smoke, or it could like have like an underwater effect or something like that on it.
But it's the 80s. They didn't have that technology.
Yeah. And then
but you could just like shoot plates
when they did like when they saw through the pineal gland, or when your third eye was open and you could see, they did that graphic when they did the POV, and it was like inverted colors or whatever.
Yeah, it looked like
shit. Yeah, that looks
the video effects.
Yeah, that looks like shit.
Yeah, that looks stupid.
That's why like I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they just went with like sound design and like lighting.
Yeah.
Like
no, it works for the movie it is, but it would be nice to see it like done.
You just want smoke, dude.
You've said you've said your piece, and your idea was to shoot plates in the 80s, which would be grainy as fuck.
Or just have smoke fucking in the production of it. Like,
I, on the other hand, enjoy the charming haunted house qualities of From Beyond.
yeah, that's charming.
Well,
but I feel
the
it's
lighting
a
made
mistake,
sense because
I think.
they're turning on a machine that has all these different colored lights, and it's sucking
Shut
all the
the
power
fuck
from
up
the
right now.
house. Why would there be smoke?
Well,
there
the
would
other
only
thing-
be smoke if
because
the
it's
machine.
Okay,
Well, you're
blew up
seeing a
and
different
can we
dimension.
calm down.
You're seeing a different
everybody?
dimension.
No.
Hold on one
down.
second.
No,
I have to go
I'm
off mic
pissed.
for a second.
No, you already did. Okay, shut up.
He's too worked up. He's got to go take a walk around the block.
So the thing I like about this movie is that it's a chamber drama and it's limited to like essentially 4 characters, the 5th being the doctor. But the fact that it has these like, it's shot in one location. Normally this is like the death knell of any horror movie. This is what makes them feel stuffy and padded, and they don't know how to stretch these meager resources into like a fulfilling movie. But with this one, the way they take their time with everything, the way they let the things slowly build up, it allows them to get away with essentially like 3 or 4 set pieces in the entire movie, and they make them count. And also the characters, their relationships really work well together.
Totally.
And unfortunately, I mean, they do just sort of kill the black guy.
I knew that was
Like a-
that's what
like
me and
a-
my dad said. We're like, he's
like
gonna
a
be
Star
the first
Trek.
one dead.
So, like
That's
a Star
true.
Trek episode, the guy wearing red.
The guy wearing the fake football jersey. And this is when this happened. Okay, first of all, can we, before you play this one, they walk into the house after the original doctor dies, and there's just a chalk outline, which cops do not do, of the doctor's body, like at the very beginning of the doctor's body with missing his head.
Yeah, he died. That's another scene.
Yeah, but then they didn't circle his head because his head got ripped off.
So this,
Oh man, what are those? Just some sort of like locust from the other dimension?
Yeah,
this
I
is the
think it's
death
like
of
a
Bubba
locust sort of
Brownlee.
thing.
Oh, this is tragic.
He's getting eaten. He's getting eaten
This
like
is
by little prawns.
tragic.
But look at that gore. That's awesome. Now he's on the ground.
Yeah.
He's like a little puppet, and he has like chunky meat guts.
He's all bone.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
That's how that lady who has the world record for pooping the longest. That's what happened to her after all that crap came out of her body.
She
was
just
just
died.
nothing left.
Yeah, she just
drained her.
She was just like a
Her
head and a
entire body.
skeleton.
And here's the turd. The
This
turd
makeup's
stands up.
awesome.
The practical effects were amazing in this.
That's Ted Sorrell. Now it would have been nice if Bubba Brownlee came back from the other dimension.
This part right
Yeah.
here,
That's true.
the forehead boner.
Yeah.
The pineal gland or the pineal gland. I keep wanting to say penile.
The penis is gland.
See, they have like a light thing that's like underwater light effect, but they don't have like there's no texture to the atmosphere.
Because they're in this dimension.
I feel like should
now.
be different.
There's a little bit of fog. I think I
Not
think
really.
with all these different angles, like if they had done fog, it would have been a pain in the ass. And plus, the problem with fog is the consistency. It's like you constantly have to fill the room. It dissipates.
Sure, but I
and you
mean,
have to
other
refill
movies do it.
So you
I
just
think
want
they
a fog.
spend all
you
their.
think-
They probably spend all their time on makeup here.
This
just wanna
movie could be like rotoscoped or something now and made like this effect could be made like more better and more like immersive.
I mean, that's a
think.
pretty amazing makeup job.
That's crazy.
Yeah, totally, it is. But imagine if it was paired with like really good visual atmosphere.
That's pretty good. I'm looking at a pretty good.
We get it, Adam.
Okay.
You like
Smoke,
atmosphere.
Watch, here
Well,
comes your
what can I say?
smoke. Here comes your smoke. She's about to smoke up the whole room.
Glitter. Now, like Eraserhead actually has that really awesome scene where he kills his.
How do they do
yeah.
that?
His what, and then but he has like all those shavings behind him, and it's like going off. That would have been cool, but Eraserhead took 4 years to make.
How did they make that thing pop? How do they do that? A little robot? A little remote control thing? What is that?
I think it's just like
Stop
a
motion?
guy with a very long, thin penis is running that up the side of his head, and he's doing it when he squeezes.
He's in one of those all black suits, like
It's
a
just an
stagehand.
Italian guy, And he's like a puppeteer of the penis, and he runs his penis up and it pokes it out the middle of the forehead.
And he's in an all morph suit, like an all green morph suit, so they can just green screen him out. But he's just got his little wiener sticking out.
It's kind of like
there's your smoke, Adam.
Martin
there you go, buddy.
Arrow through the head.
There's your smoke, and the smoke happens when she breaks the machine, like it should. Suck my ass.
No, I get it. Like the movie the epitome of what Adam is talking about.
I get it. I'm just being a dick.
Epitome can't be the right word.
Is Ridley Scott in Alien and Blade Runner. He's the director.
That's so good right there.
Who understands atmosphere better than anyone. And Stuart Gordon, his background is theater. His background is working with actors, and he would make these very like sexually open plays with like nudity and violence in the 70s and 60s. So that's his strength as a director. He doesn't have that Ridley Scott background, because Ridley Scott said he did 2,000 commercials in England, and he would learn tricks like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We'll take glass. We're going to take broken glass, and you're going to put it by the camera lens, and then you're going to make it out of focus. And then you get these like little shimmering lines. Like he'll do things like that. He'll have people on set like spraying things down with water droplets.
Yeah, this needed something like that to be the switch into the new dimension. I think.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is Adam. Hold on.
Well, it would have been cool for this to be like something that turns on and off like a light switch, which is kind of what the idea of the machine is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but you have to make choices as a filmmaker, and you have to put your resources where.
It's still, yeah. I mean, it's great, but I just, I felt myself wanting.
I mean, you have unrealistic expectations.
I demand perfection.
This is Adam trying to coax his little wiener out.
Come on.
So Jeffrey Combs is now in the hospital. His penile gland is able to come in and out of his forehead. Yes.
And it looks like a little red rocket dog dick.
Now, is there any superhero that does this, Ryan?
Yeah. Vision. That's basically Vision right there.
Oh, yeah.
Vision has a little clit on his forehead.
That's cool. I
mean, some people would actually compare the clitoris to the soul stone.
Yeah. I think it is the soul stone.
And I think that's a beautiful analogy, Adam.
Yeah.
I've never found one. What if, exactly. What if in the Avengers movie, the last Infinity Gem was in a woman's vagina? And
the Infinity Stone, dude.
And none of them.
Thanos is gay.
And none of them can find it.
He can't find it.
It's like, I don't know, man. I try to look. And all the women are like, come on, guys. It's ridiculous. But you look, Black Widow.
I don't think it exists.
Drax. He can't find it.
The only one who eats pussy is Hawkeye. So they have to recruit Hawkeye back from his retirement or whatever.
Why would you pick a Hawkeye?
That's the character.
He doesn't really offer much else on the Avengers, but like that's like the thing. It's like
they always
Captain
America. Are you kidding me?
No, it'd be funny if Hawkeye
would eat pussy ass.
Hawkeye eats pussy because he is trying harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Captain America doesn't feel like he needs to eat pussy, but Hawkeye.
If it saved the world, Captain America would be like, "I'm going in."
It'd be funny if they're like, "We got Hawkeye. You know, he was with his family. We called him in. We flew him here, and he like shows up and he just fires an arrow right in the woman's crotch." I'm like, Hawkeye? He's like, "What?" I thought.
No, it's because you eat pussy. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Captain America just throws a shield in a woman's crotch. He's like, I'm looking for it. I'm jostling it free.
I thought I used
slamming it.
Dildo arrow.
Pummeling this poor woman's vagina.
He's just messing around. Hawkeye's messing around with his quiver.
Thor's
not this one. That's the explosive. Not this one. This one. And he pulls out this little dildo arrow. With just a little dingus on the end, and he shoots it in there.
And like,
oh my God.
And then Thor's like, "No, I can find it. I can find any clitoris." Just like smashes it with a hammer.
Just smash. Hulk comes in and just busts the back walls down.
And then Mark Ruffalo starts crying. No, honestly, the only Marvel superhero who could find it is Ant-Man. He would have to go to the-
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Takes him
down.
5 years.
What's it called? The Infinity World or some shit. Where does he go?
What? Just everything's called infinities.
The multiverse.
No, that's Doctor Strange.
Look,
Keep
I haven't
going.
seen one of these movies in 2 years.
Quantum
I don't remember.
Mania, the quantum level or something like that.
The Quantum Zone.
Quantum realm.
The Phantom Zone, the fucking Quadrophenia. Who gives a shit?
He goes in front. We got to go from behind. I swear I was watching this movie and I thought it was titled From Behind the entire time. And I didn't get it.
It's a better title, I think.
And I even heard them say, they're coming from beyond or whatever. And I was like, I thought the movie was called From Behind.
Yeah.
And I told my dad, I asked him today, because he was like, are you guys recording today? And I was like, yeah. Well, actually, I said we're recording today because he doesn't open the conversations ever. And I said, yeah, what was the name of that movie? I forget. And he goes, From Beyond. And I go, no, it was From Behind. And he was getting mad. And we both thought we were right, but he was obviously right.
Yeah.
Did you apologize
about your dad?
No, and then we're probably not going to talk for the next 10 years.
It'd be cool if it was called From Behind, and when they turned on the resonator, the guy just got butt raped.
Okay. He's like, quick, upstairs, the resonator's working. He's like, all right, I'm coming. And puts on his robe and he's like, all right, I'm flicking the switch. And then the lights turned off. He's like,
oh,
flick it back.
I mean, that's where the male G spot is, in the anal cavity.
Yeah. It's about the male G spot. That activates it.
the world's most dangerous pleasure.
Yeah.
How is that dangerous?
Because of where the road it could lead you down.
Yeah. You don't want to go down that road, Ryan.
It's the Pandora's box.
Once you've had that, you can't
It's
go
not
back.
a box. It's the opposite of a box.
I call the male G spot Pandora's box because of what it opens.
Oh, man, I can't wait to have sex for the first time ever.
Yeah.
What
That's
should I
just
do?
you.
How should I court a woman?
Getting your butt fucked.
You should make her watch From Beyond and be like, hey, let's, a little Netflix and chill.
Tell her that funny story about how I thought it was called From Behind.
Yeah.
And then let that be a good segue.
And then be like, should I shave prior? I don't want you to suck all the hair off my body.
Yeah, you tell her that your ghost story, and then you be like, so should we do this?
So
I really liked
I'm enjoying the silences too much.
anyway, yeah, it's a really cool idea though. The whole
Sucking all the pubes off. Yeah.
alternate dimension thing. It's a vast thing that could be explored. And it's a cool idea that like it makes you feel, this. It's like it's an incredible feeling to be able to sense this other dimension at the same time as your dimension. These are interesting thoughts.
Can you imagine Adam as a interdimensional AI coming in from like the seventh dimension, coming to our third dimension and trying to explain? It's very cool. This is a neat realm. Not enough smoke in this realm.
what if he just turned into all the characters, instead of becoming horny, they just become boring?
Borny.
They're just like, hey, want to listen
You're
to
so bored that you're horny.
Want to listen to Green Day with me and go to
Have
the
you heard of-
meadow?
Do you know what third wave ska is?
Oh my god! Maybe he is a freaking robot from a different dimension.
Sent
You heard
back to tell
have you heard
humanity
of?
about third wave ska.
Is there a fourth wave of ska yet?
Not yet. Just still crossing my fingers for that. It's coming. It's going to take the world by storm.
It's
You
doing
think
what
K-pop is big?
every woman that's heard somebody describe third wave ska is doing. It hasn't came yet.
Yeah. Boom.
Got you, ska. Fuck off, dude. You're not welcome
Yeah,
at
you
Hotel
fucking
Desire.
Took it to ska.
They only have sexy jazz and people named Lucifer playing piano at Hotel Desire.
That's cool. What is that from?
I don't know. I found it on Google Image.
I think
that's
ska is really
fantastic.
the only thing that could unite our country in this like tense moment.
Yeah.
The Warped
Can you
Tour.
imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I read some dude mowed down a bunch of protesters today. Can you imagine a ska thousands of people all skaing, whatever that is. Just
Skanking.
ska, like skanking to ska music,
Fucking
protesting some dumb shit. And like they're discontinuing bowling shoes for the public or something. And so they're protesting, and then just somebody mowing down a bunch of people skanking.
We've done this. I think we've done this before where like, what if the movie was just the twist was it was a guy in the ska.
Yeah.
It's a kimono, shirtless in a
It's a
kimono.
good thought
ska.
experiment.
He's like,
Yeah.
instead of like putting on the leather outfit, she starts putting on like Hawaiian shirt.
Checkered shoes and a bowler
Cargo
hat,
shorts. Yeah.
She picks up like a trombone.
a tie over a blazer.
And then Jeffrey Combs is like sick and laying down. He's just like, she just starts playing Real Big Fish right in his ear.
He's
Like,
awesome.
oh.
And he just pretends to be.
Yeah.
And the guy
Look at
that
yourself. The guy.
the giant
showing her in front of a
monster
mirror.
what the doctor turned into, the giant like melting potato monster comes through, or like Play-Doh monster comes through the dimension, just skanking on everybody in his.
Yeah.
Be cool if
That
it
would
was
be
just,
scary. That would be terrifying.
It'd be cool if he was just Dickie from Buddy Buddy Boss Tones. He's like, guys, you got to come in this dimension. It's really fabulous. We got a lot of great stuff going on. We got
Turn it
14
off.
we
Turn
got
off the
14 bands,
resonator.
3 stages. We're playing music for 3 days. We're having a ball. Like
Jesus
everybody's
Christ, turn off the resonator.
It's a
if
great
you want to
ska
get tickets,
festival.
just come to what's the Kevin and Bean on K Rock. It's gonna be wild.
Dickie is the
It's gonna be
perfect name for a guy in a ska band.
great.
For
Of
fuck's
course.
sakes, turn off the flip the switch.
If you would like your own
I want to be
nickname
horny again.
in a ska and be in a ska band, just come to turn on the resonator, come to the alternate dimension.
Yeah. Ska's cool in this dimension. Nobody thinks we're losing.
so like when the guy gets killed, it's just all the checkerboard van shoes just like swarming him, eating him alive.
Yeah.
It's floating through the air, skanking through the air. God, ska truly sucks.
I know. It's really it's a humiliating genre to like. You have to be really shameless.
You know, I don't mean to kink shame anybody, but ska is probably the
Yeah.
biggest kink I would shame if I had to pick one.
It was huge.
I mean, but what do you mean was? Adam is still living it.
I'm living in that reality.
There's still a bunch of ska house shows going on. I constantly get invited to these post-quarantine
That sounds
ska
kinda fucking
house
cool,
shows.
actually.
It's not.
Dude, you haven't told me about this?
I've been going, dude, and just having a blast.
It'd be funny if like
I could see it making
he
a
just
comeback
had
after
instead of like a
COVID.
penile penis gland thing coming out of his forehead and his third eye, it's just like a little clarinet pokes out of his head. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like, doop,
I
doop,
mean, clarinet's not a big ska, like a trumpet.
like a trumpet.
Yeah,
The clarinet's
this guy
funny.
doesn't know ska, Ryan.
I'm thinking of Ferris
I mean,
Bueller.
he's
Was Ferris
clearly.
Bueller into
Oh, I
ska.
Well, you probably haven't even been to a house ska party.
Yeah,
The
you're a
parents
loser.
are always at the house.
Yeah,
The parents are there supervising.
I think clarinet's
just
a cool
feeling bad
instrument.
for the kids. What'd you say?
Everybody's drinking fuego. Dude.
It's kind of Juggalo adjacent.
Yeah, it's super Juggalo adjacent. They honestly have the same festival at the same time. They have the Ska Fest across the street from the Juggalo Fest the same week.
Yeah,
Ska shows just seem like they're like Universal Studio water balloon fight. Like it seems like an amusement park.
like Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yeah, it's like the same thing of just like they're not into drugs because juggalos are into like just getting extremely fucked up.
No. Juggalos are into science.
Right. And then
what is a magnet?
Ska Show just seems like they're like, I got the water balloons. Let's fucking go crazy. And they're like guys in their 30s with ties on, wearing t-shirts.
Good, clean fun.
Sky's like you get invited to a birthday party where as a kid, okay, imagine yourself as like 13-year-old and you get invited to a birthday party where every other kid has ADD, but none of them are on Ritalin. And they're just moving around and there's no it's like all gluten-free, sugarless cake. And
no, they'd have sugar.
Oh yeah, aren't there a lot of the Mormons?
I like that.
It probably
seems like a Mormon thing.
Ska kids are Mormon. A lot of ska kids are Mormons.
Or a lot of
I'd
Mormons
buy
and
it.
ska kids.
Yeah, which came first, the ska or the Mormon?
Yeah.
Mormons kind of dress like they're in a ska.
That age-old question.
Short sleeve shirt with tie.
True. Very true.
Have you ever met a ska couple? Do ska kids get married when they grow up?
Do people who listen to ska have sex? Do they breed?
Do they have if they do have sex, do they have sex like as how they skank? Because they say
With their elbow flying?
you can tell how good somebody is at doing sexual stuff, intercourse, by the way they dance. And if you skanking,
That's not true. I'm really good at sex.
Cut to you having sex.
yeah, you're also an
And
amazing dancer.
Cut to you, Ryan, having multiple orgasms while having sex with a ska kid.
I'm just laying there like a starfish, just pillow
you're like-
prints in it, and they're just spazzing out on my bob.
It's really dehydrated and sweaty.
I walk
Holy
out.
Fuck.
I walk out to the kitchen. My roommates are getting water, and the only thing the only thing covering me is a bowler hat covering my crotch, and I'm just chugging Gatorade and Fuego mixed together. What do ska kids drink?
Once you go ska, you never.
I think they drink.
Ska.
I don't think people super into. I don't think ska people's
Soda. I think they're into like Jones
nut.
soda. That's like
yeah, or like generic Dr. Pepper, like the.
It's like we got ginger. We got the really fancy ginger ale. We got
Yeah,
No,
they're into like
Mr.
cherry
Pibb,
Dr.
dude.
Pepper.
No, they're into Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb's cool.
See, I knew you were a ska man,
Well,
a scholar.
yeah.
Dr. Pepper. You know what the flavor of Dr. Pepper is in Mr. Pibb?
It's like 23 different.
Yeah,
What the 23 flavors are? Go.
No, I'm saying
No.
it's just every flavor in the fucking shop when they had soda fountains.
Suicide, or can we not call that anymore?
Now, did you know if you were to actually name all 23 ingredients in Dr. Pepper, it would open up another dimension and you would meet the devil?
The devil, or just some melting freaking Play-Doh guy
I mean,
with an
what do you think-
extending arm?
realistically, what do you think the devil is? He's not like, it's nothing in the Bible. It's from a whole other dimension.
He's probably as chill as
Right.
hell, dude.
It's kind of interesting that it's like
A Greek.
water based, or like, I don't know, HP Lovecraft stuff is all like deep deep sea based monsters and stuff, but it's supposed, is this supposed to be like hell? They go to hell, like they flip.
No, it's just the
switch
fifth
and they're-
dimension, and they say, or it's a dimension we can't see that is coexisting with our dimension at all times.
But
There's like a whole little monologue about it.
don't
in the
forget
movie.
that, like, at the time, after Frankenstein, which was written a long time before this, but like the idea of like science fiction back then was almost connected to like occult ideas and like supernatural ideas. Like that was like a big thing they would do. So
It's cool to think of hell as
it's
being-
essentially hell, because if everything in that dimension is bad, it's like a hell dimension. There's nothing nice out of the dimension and from beyond. It's not like, oh shit, there's an ice cream.
What are you talking about? They get
Sunday.
horny. That's
There's
kind of
unlimited
nice.
ice cream here.
Thus, and then the horniness would actually make it more of a Christian puritanical idea.
But there
Yes,
could
true.
there could be a dimension like that. If there's infinite amount of dimensions, there's bound to be some dope ones.
Interesting thought. Let's imagine some of these other dimensions.
there is an infinite amount of dimensions.
Imagine Adam's dimension. That would be
Imagine
fucking-
Adam's dimension, which is just
him yawning.
mountains. It's just every house is built out of toe separators and toe shoes, and everybody is like thinks toe shoes are cool, and so he's just
Cool to me.
walking around.
They're really good for your posture. They do a lot of work for your toes. Actually, see, I was born
I
with
know.
I was born with bad feet and touring with the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I was it really hurt my feet dancing and skanking. So I use toe separators, and I highly recommend them. They're good for they have a lot of medical benefits, and
I skanked a little
That'd
too
be
hard
awesome.
in my earlier
to find
days.
out that Dickies.
what was the last time you wore your toe separators, Adam?
Earlier today.
Are you joking?
Well, I
still
worked
wear
out
them?
earlier today.
So it's part of your workout.
I wore the toe separator under the toe shoes.
Are you serious?
I imagine
Yes,
Adam's
definitely.
toes like this spread out, just like so separate.
Yeah, his toes are like
You could fit another toe in
like
between.
snowshoes, like snowshoes. He's just like walking like Donald Duck, like womp 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 womp. Or like in the movie when his fingers get like 12 inches long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
His toe, they're like, oh wow, I didn't realize those toe separators were so long in this dimension, Dick. He's like, well, yeah, they get pretty long out there. Come here, let me just slide my toe up your crotch. You're like, this is a horrible dimension. This is a hell dimension. Every dimension's a hell dimension. You leave.
Picking up a beer with his toes, like just clamping them.
Yeah,
So Adam, when you
cool.
work out, are you lifting weights?
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing with your feet that you need toes? Are you doing any cardio? Running?
Well, I mean, your foot stance is important.
You just lifting
with your
dumbbells
weights.
with your grabbing them with your toes?
I'm doing like squats and deadlifts and things like that.
I bet I could beat you in a fight.
You do squats and deadlifts every day, or was this today just like
No.
deadlift day?
Let me see your butt, dude.
No, I'm
Come on, let me see that
Uh,
ass.
I'm humble about it.
Let me see that bare ass.
I'm humble about my ass.
Adam,
My
turn on
amazing
your
ass.
camera and let me see that bare ass. Come on.
You're scaring me.
He sounds like Iron Sheik. That's what the Iron Sheik says. I humble you.
Yeah. I really liked the part of this
The
movie
humble
where
Sheik.
where he sucked out the eyeball and then was sucking out the brain.
Oh,
or
we didn't
whatever.
even
That
talk
made
about
me
that.
that made me be like, oh, I literally said, oh fuck, when it happened.
Whenever I tell you guys to suck my ass, imagine that scene. Because that's how I mean that's
Sucking
how I
out-
mean it.
So that
Sucking out your
Chris-
brain through your ass.
Through yeah.
the actress in that scene is actually the director's wife. Pretty cool trivia, huh?
That's cool.
No,
That's
it
great.
sounds about right. I'm sure everybody knew everybody with those extras.
She's a team player.
I'm sure one of the person driving the ambulance was a key grip, and I don't know anything about.
The director's wife isn't a member of the crew, Ryan.
I'm just
She was
saying it's not
on
that
a bounce
interesting.
board.
They didn't have a budget to pay for other extras, so he's like,
Yeah, that's
they had a huge fight about it later or before.
Like, Dickie, what are you doing on the set of this movie? He's like, okay, actually, after touring with the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, I started working on set, small productions, worked my way up, and now I'm actually I'm the director's wife. It's actually like it's like the first AD, but it's kind of like a go between. I just got to yell at the costume designer and the caterer. Make sure, all the domestic aspects of film production are going swimmingly.
Yes.
The director's
The most
wife.
important person on any movie set is the wife.
The director's wife. I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. Can we take a pee break?
It's like the preacher's wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I was having a Slurpee for so long because I was waiting for you to put your head. Stop.
It's annoying because it
It's like comically long.
it's annoying because it like pushes forward and pops up and it looks silly right here. It doesn't look like kind of a toupee?
Yeah, it has like it's like so perfect. The outline is like perfect. Like you photoshopped your hair onto yourself.
It's part of the picture and I can't move my head.
Yeah. Just convince people you are bald with a background filter. Jeffrey Combs. This guy, I wish he was in more stuff. He would have been a good I don't know. He would have been good in like one of these, like a superhero movie or like a villain. And
Would have been good at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's the Brad Pitt role.
Yeah.
On the fixing that antenna on the roof.
Yeah, sure. He's a
Or
really
the DiCaprio part.
really good.
He's up there fixing that resonator on the roof.
Getting all freaked out.
I feel like he would have been a good Mr. Freeze.
Just because he was
Or
bald.
something, some sort of Batman villain like that.
The dream casting for Mr. Freeze in the 90s was Christopher Lloyd.
Why?
Because he's looks cool with a shaved head.
I'll look him up.
That's the only reason.
He's in Back to the Future. You don't know who Christopher Lloyd is?
Yeah, I know
No,
Christopher
dude.
Lloyd is.
I don't. I know the name, but I can't picture him. So
Who thought
sue
this was a
me.
movie podcast.
Audie,
I am not a host of the movie
I've gone
podcast.
to a horny dimension. I can't do Christopher
Marty,
Lloyd.
suck my dick.
Damn, and imagine shit, what's his name? I almost just said Michael J. Fox. Yeah, Michael J. Fox. Imagine him as Batman.
That'd be fucking crazy. He would have been a good Spider-Man, actually. Oh,
No,
you know who?
Now,
you know who this guy would
Batman
be good?
now.
Oh, I see. Jeffrey
we should,
Combs
I
would
actually
be.
think we should have a disabled Batman. I think that would actually be really cool and be a
It should
a
be
guy with no limbs.
Down syndrome Batman.
This wins best actor. It's like, and like everybody's clapping. Like there's like one actor is like, "This is bullshit."
Nick Nolte.
It's like pissed. He's like, "Come on, what are we doing here? This is bullshit."
or it's like,
But he has a very he has to be like charming Bruce Wayne and stuff still too.
I don't know why that's so funny because it could happen.
You know, this guy would be a good. Jeffrey Combs would be a good Dr. Octopus, I think, in this new Spider-Man movie. These new Spider-Man movies.
He does a lot of animated voice work, so he's in like Star Wars shows. Like he's in a Transformers show. I was looking through his IMDb. He does a lot of like. He was on Star Trek a lot. He does do a lot of those characters, but for like games and like animated series.
Idiot. What an idiot, dude.
Yeah, he should have been a really famous movie star.
He's really good.
I'm picturing him showing up to the studio in full From Beyond costume with his little forehead thing hanging out. That's just how he looks. That's not even part of the. Who did the effects for this movie? Like the costumes.
The makeup effects is a bunch of people.
God, it's so
and
good.
Apparently the Italian, and I think they're Italian, and apparently they were like
the Italian stallion.
They were very
Sylvester Stallone.
They're very particular about their notes and didn't like to redo their work.
It was good.
It's cool at the end when he's like coming out of him coming out of the guy and then like going in and fighting him from the inside.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then when he comes back, he has hair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that.
Well, because he's technically
got
like
his pubes
dead,
back.
right?
It's like your
He
friend
went
got
in,
his pubes back.
he dove
He
inside
dove in
and got it.
that chick's asshole. So like, so it's like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? The kids are like, man, that was weird. You know, that hobo came and told us that story. And then like, they just hear like stomping through the woods and they're like, oh, someone's coming. And it's just a hobo. He's like, hey, it's Dickie from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I just got to add a little more to that story. I realized how it ended. And they tell us how the pubes, he's like, he went up his asshole and got the pubes.
He comes back to follow up for a correction.
That's so many callbacks right there.
And he comes out and they're like, did you get the pubes? and because he's not, he visibly doesn't have them in his hand or anything. And he's all sticky and gross from, busting out Adam's mom's back walls. And then he just pulls off his bowler hat and the pubes are just inside of the bowler hat.
That's called the Prestige.
Did you know
and then he, because it's an Italian film, they put a little pasta sauce on the pubes and grab a fork and just eat.
It's funny. You say that. It's funny in the commentary. They were saying the dumpling scene, the Italian crew was like, we got to put a little red sauce on that.
What?
They're like, we got to put a little red sauce.
That's the kind of commentary trivia that I like to hear.
But
what kind of dumplings were those?
They were like biscuits and like.
They looked like biscuits.
Beef.
They looked like Red Lobster cheese biscuits at first.
It was like
they probably
beef stew and dumplings.
Yes, beef stew. All right, ratings.
Hold on. Did you know that when
Adam, you should put a picture of yourself on your thing.
Yeah, that's true.
When a ska musician gets their first pube, they get kicked out of the band.
Oh.
All ska musicians are actually fully hairless. Yeah, naturally. And then when their first pube emerges, when they're in their mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, they have to leave the band. It's like a betrayal. It's like Mormons, they will cast out one of their own who've violated the natural order.
Damn. So I could
really
make it.
Up.
They
talk about brotherhood, they're all about brotherhood until you fucking grow your first pube.
When did you guys grow your first?
Today.
I remember when I was like, oh, you did? Congrats.
Yeah, when I was deadlifting and it popped out of me and I was so happy.
That sounds like more like a hernia, dude.
Well, I mean, it's a big pube. I mean, what are you it's like the size of my fist. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Pube?
How big is your
one pube? You have one really thick pube.
Well, it hurt really bad when I was deadlifting and then it just popped out of my stomach.
Yeah, I definitely have a pube too.
You have pube?
Yeah, I definitely man, I'm 32. Yeah, I got pube.
Yeah.
Cool if your pube.
So no further with this conversation. I got pube, man.
What if the movie was about a ska musician with no pubes who went to another dimension and then came back and he had one pube in the middle of his forehead that he could like swim around?
Very cool.
Damn. It wouldn't be a pube if it was on his forehead.
Well, I mean, come on.
Why are they called pubes?
We all know what a pube looks like.
It looks like a hair.
He has
in the pubic region.
He has a penis coming out of his forehead. Why can't he have a pube?
So, yeah.
I rest my case.
Because Adam just changed.
Adam's being funny. He's changing his profile.
No, I told him he should, because if we're going to be clipping stuff and it's just going to say Adam and then we're just hear his voice of God.
I don't think that's a recent photo, Adam.
Yeah, that's from a couple of weeks ago. I look the same.
It's amazing
look at how much you got like it looks like your pineal gland's in your throat and it's about to pop out.
Yeah, I got a big Adam's apple.
Was that why I got a big Ryan's apple.
Hollywood really spit and chewed Adam out, didn't it?
Yeah, you could tell if you see the before and after.
Look at him. He's like, I'm getting headshots. That's what that is. That's a headshot, right?
Yeah, I mean that was my friend.
It's like out of focus background, and like, you know, it's like, hey, I'm a improv comedian. You know, I look like I listen to ska music.
I don't know why this is even like on Google shit.
I have the worst. LA sucks. And when I moved out there 6 years ago, whenever this was, I got a commercial agent, and immediately I have long hair. I've always had long hair to like my shoulders my whole life. And everything I got cast in, I always played like the drug dealer at the high school. Whatever. That was just like my thing, is having long hair. And the commercial agent was like, you should cut your hair short. And I just did whatever anybody said the second I moved to LA. And
you're like, well, I guess this commercial agent knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. So I cut it short, and then I just looked conservative as hell. And then I had to go get new headshots, and I wore these plastics rectangle glasses that I had, and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't afford to get like a professional. I mean, it was a professional, but I knew somebody had a friend who was like just getting into, they had like a degree in whatever. I don't know what you do to, they were good photographers, and they had a nice camera, and they're like, I'll do it for $50 and get you like 30 headshots. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I met this girl, and we spent like 20 minutes taking headshots out in like Silver Lake, or I don't know where we were.
Okay.
Glendale. And she goes, there's a glare on your lenses. Do you need to wear the glasses? And I'm like, yes, I exclusively wear glasses every single day of my life. And that's kind of like, yeah. And she's like, can you take the lenses out of them? I was like, absolutely not. That is not how. So what we did, but I mean, she's a sweetheart. And so what we did was we walked.
I was like an idiot.
We walked like 15 blocks to a Walgreens, and I bought readers that looked close enough to my frames. And then we popped the lenses out of those. They were like $15.
Come on.
And then we took all the headshots without any lenses. And then I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. And she did like correction or whatever, you know, they look good. They were like good headshots. And then I immediately showed, like, the first person I showed, which was probably my girlfriend at the time. And she's like, there's no lenses in your glasses. And I proceeded to just use those the entire 5 years I lived in LA.
Yeah, that's
how many commercials.
And my hair, quite a few, but not enough to make it worth it. Like nothing.
There was a commercial for glasses that didn't have lenses in them.
Yeah. Are you tired of not having lenses in your glasses?
Yeah.
So, somehow it still looked better than Adam's headshot.
Whatever, man. That cost me nothing. I was just somebody doing it for free. But I'm very intrigued by the outfit choice, the color pattern I chose.
Flannel? You're intrigued by the decision you made? What are you talking about?
Yes. Well, it's an interesting color pattern.
It's flannel. It's just flannel.
You're a weird dude, man.
I see.
It's great. And for the listeners,
you guys are going to kind of see what I was saying, actually.
For the listeners, it's crazy because I know what he's talking about. He's wearing only a flannel with no unbuttoned flannel with no t-shirt underneath.
That's not true.
It was an interesting choice.
Yes. I would never do that, listeners.
And the headshot is actually cuts off the top of his head, and it's from nipples to eyebrow. That's the frame. That's the part
that casting directors need to see most. Is that area.
You look like a Pixar character.
You look like a Pixar dad, or like a Pixar. You look like Woody, or what is Andy from Toy Story grown up?
Yeah,
like in the college years.
It's like, yeah, let's make.
You look good,
like a pleasant young man. Thanks, bro.
But you also look like you still have the same toys you've had since you were an infant.
Yeah.
You're crying. You're crying on your way to LA with your toys.
Yeah, now that I'm so I had to say goodbye to my toys.
And you're like, goodbye.
That was
You
very
drop them
hard.
off.
Yeah.
You
I
would
played
be
with them
the
one
you
last
would
time.
you would be like Andy. I feel like I'd notice if my toys were animated and alive and moving.
It's just like a
around,
butt
but
plug and like a fucking like a dildo. You're just crying like,
What?
with your toys, donating them to like a children's school. They're like, okay, sir, you gotta go. Look, I'm
But
moving
we're
to
calling the
LA.
police.
This is a great butt plug. It's a hole separator. You can when you deadlift, it's really beneficial.
I have those whole separators. All right, I need to go to bed soon. So
All right, what would you say is the moral of the story?
What is the point? The message?
the theme. The
No.
thesis. The
Moral,
thesis of
I
the
guess. The moral.
film. Thesis.
Don't play with science.
Yeah, it's kind of like the dangers of scientific inquisitiveness.
The dangers of knowledge.
know?
I mean, this is a classic Garden of Eden,
Yes, Garden
Adam
of
and
Eden.
Eve story.
This is absolutely not a classic Adam and Eve story.
You know, you get the tree of knowledge. I mean, it's all
The
the
new
metaphors
dimension.
there. Like
I think
Eve,
he's right.
you know, what's her face? Barbara Crampton. She's tempted by the resonator and she fucks everything up.
The dumplings are the apple.
Yes,
But-
that black guy.
He ate the
eating-
most of them, and then that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens.
Yo,
Swarm of locusts.
dude, the moral of the story is don't let your bitch touch your computer. You know what I'm saying? Or like, no, like don't let your girl touch your stereo.
no.
Like I got all
Don't
my
let-
settings worked out. You don't know
Yeah.
you don't know how to turn on the Apple TV. Just don't touch it.
The moral of the
It's called
story
the
is
resonator.
don't let your scientist stepdad play with other dimensions in his freaking kimono.
I mean, guys who wear like silk robes, if they
Shouldn't
don't
be
have
playing with science.
high honor, are dangerous. Should be wary of these men.
Yeah, you'll never see a Marvel
That's
character
true.
in a silk robe.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
Tony Stark, but like Captain
Like
America.
Thor,
he
you
doesn't
literally-
have to-
You literally see Tony Stark in the last.
yeah, like
Avengers
Tony
movie.
Stark, you would because he's rich, but like Captain America, I mean,
He's got pretty good honor too.
his PJs are probably like Adam's headshot photo outfit. Just like
Yeah, he's a
button
good
up, button up.
Adam, Adam's headshot right now looks like Captain America before the serum.
Damn it. I've been wanting to tell people about this because I think it's very bizarre, but I don't think people have been like, nobody else has made the observation. So Wit was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and they have celebrities introduce challenges or whatever sometimes, and they had Scarlett Johansson introduce a challenge to them one episode, and I caught it, and she's doing it over like from her house because it's COVID stuff. It's the COVID season, and when she's doing it, when she's talking to the queens about it, Colin Jost pokes his head in and makes like a joke about what the name of the challenge should be called or something like that. But you see him and he's wearing pajamas, like, cause it's like they're in their apartment, their New York apartment. But he's wearing like silk button up pajamas. Isn't that a little
Yeah, I mean,
bizarre?
you have a weird fascination, obsession, and hatred of that guy and jealousy. And I don't really understand why you are constantly bringing him up, like you, like in the most gossipy kind of way. And it's like he's a rich guy who is banging an A-list actress. He wears
I'm not
pajamas.
jealous of Colin Jost.
You sleep in like
Just not a fan.
a ratty tank top. And you live
with
like
your toe separators.
Hold on a second. Think about this a little bit more. Like, let's actually listen to what I'm saying. Silk button-up pajamas.
Yeah, he's
If you're
rich, he's
wearing,
cool.
yes, and I'm sure he doesn't sleep in it.
Is this something that other people wear?
Yes, since the dawn of time. What is the most stereotypical, like old timey? You use a candle as a lantern.
It wasn't silk back then, but yeah.
Not
No,
silk.
but they used to
Like with big
wear,
buttons.
they used to wear full things.
Adam,
and
what do you wear to
hats.
bed? Tell us.
I mean, I usually just wear like underwear or a t-shirt if it's like especially cold.
Piss stained.
So you think it would have been better if Colin Yost came out in like some ratty underwear and a dirty tank top and was just like,
I don't know. I don't own silk button-up pajamas,
And that's
I
why
think
you're
if
not
you do own them. I think you're
banging
a little.
Scarlett Johansson.
That's all.
he's also from
Step it
Staten.
up,
Colin Yost
dude.
is from Staten Island or Jost.
So
He's from
what?
He's like Italian. That's like a slick guy.
It's an Italian thing, maybe. Yeah.
No,
And that's-
Italians wear spaghetti
also-
to bed.
I feel like Italian kids always have like the best church clothes. They have like the best formal wear. They have like the best outfits, you know, because their mom buys them everything. And I feel like you probably had a mom like me, you know, like Irish, where it's just like whatever cheap shit at Mervin's or J.C. Penney's was what you would wear. And that's
What do you wear,
I-
William?
when I go to bed.
And then what
Just
you
put
wear?
my
growing
S&M leather outfit and my my hole separator.
up? Your ball gag.
I bought, well, when Adam donated that dildo, I snatched that thing right up. I made sure that was mine, and that butt plug. I
Literally
basically
snatched it right up.
I put the butt plug in my ass, and then I put the dildo in my mouth, and I take both my hands and I rest my cheek against it, and I sleep like a baby.
Yeah, and it probably prevents snoring from both ends.
Yeah, you snore out of your ass.
My ass snoring.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You have a deviated sphincter.
I wear a suit. I wear a 3-piece suit. It's not fancy. It's not nice. It's actually Adam's hand-me-down.
You're
But I
just
wear
like,
it to,
because you're
I
just
wear
like a
it to
drunk
sleep.
who falls asleep wearing a suit.
Yeah.
You're like a limo driver who just
I
falls
put a
asleep
suit
in a
on.
suit.
I put a suit on and I go to my parents whose house I'm living in. In their basement, they have a bar down here, and like
Your parents come in the room. They're like, "Ryan, what are you doing? You're supposed to be driving Princess Diana. Get in the car." You're just
I don't
like,
get that. I don't get that.
Well, he was drunk. He was drunk and drove into a wall.
Oh, I
No, it was the paparazzi's fault.
thought it was the queen had her killed.
I do wear a suit often around the house, like especially
More
during
gossip
quarantine.
from Adam.
I'll put a
Conspiracy
Sorry, I'm just
theory,
being
urban
gossipy right now.
legends.
The queen
You know
wears
any
silk
facts,
pajamas.
or is everything alleged?
well,
I heard the queen removed one of her
it-
ribs so she could
it's his
suck
wife's
on his dick.
It's his wife's observations.
Yeah, I'm just repeating what Whitney tells me. Whitney actually did. Remember one time we were hanging out with or William and Whit was like, I heard that the guy from Wonder Years is Marilyn Manson.
That's true.
Another
She really
Marilyn
said it.
Manson urban legend reference.
Well, that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
joke
It's
that
like-
your wife is stupid.
I mean, William.
I think she's.
You kind of get the
adorable.
answer when you kind of get the answer in his wife.
You're being pretty
She had a-
harsh to your wife, bro. She's a queen, man. You need
Oh,
to,
I love my queen.
You need to put her on a pedestal and worship
She's
her.
a little silly girl.
She's like, yeah, Adam told me that.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I
at
just
your wedding?
forgot that I told her.
At your wedding, instead of like putting a ring on each other, did you just put toe separators on each other in
Mhm.
front of everybody?
What just did that to Adam? He just lifted up his foot out
Golden
of
toe
his shoe,
separators.
and then she
But he
put on
did-
his toe separators.
And he has perfect balance, perfect posture, and he just bends he bends one of his legs all the way up, like knee to chest, knee
One
to
day that'll be
sternum.
me, and you guys will. Then I'll be the one laughing,
And then he deadlifted her over a mountaintop.
and everybody cheered. William was there.
And Colin
All right,
Yost
so what's everybody's
and Colin
rating for
Yost goes, "Oh shucks, I wish I was as cool as that guy."
Colin,
Yeah.
Colin Jost is like,
As he's buttoning up his pajamas.
is it weird that he's wearing toe separators? I mean, come on. Scarlett, did you hear my story?
That's the alternate
You're not
dimension
acknowledging the
of
interesting
my-
thing about the story.
Anecdote. My Colin Jost anecdote.
Is it Joe?
Is it Joe?
I just kept talking about my toe separator.
Oh, Jinx.
Is it yeast?
William
or-
and I finally sunk up. It only took 20 episodes.
Colin Jost. Jost.
obsessed with
Colin
him.
Jost.
I'll
All right,
ask,
what's your
I'll ask
rating?
my, but I got a buddy that's on SNL. He's a cast member now. I'll ask him.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
really?
should
Is it
tell him.
cast member?
Hey, I listen to a lot
Hold
of
on,
podcasts.
hold on.
about-
Let me ask him. He comes into frame wearing a silk.
He's just fully
full-
nude.
Yeah.
It's just a fully nude Keenan. We're like, whoa, Keenan.
What if Keenan and I lived in my parents' basement?
With, like, bug
What
eyes.
if, y'all? What if? Talk about hotel pleasure.
Desire. Your background.
Oh shit! Did I say
His
pleasure?
background says Hotel Desire for all the audio listeners.
Is your friend really on the cast?
Andrew
Yeah.
Dismukes, yeah. He was a writer
was-
for like 3 years, and then
Never mind.
they threw him on last year. He
That's
has a
cool.
pretty good
Good
one. He
Is he ever like, man, the show really sucks? I'm embarrassed.
No, because no, it's his job and it pays him really well, and
Well,
it's done
privately, I
wonders
mean.
for his career. And
But privately, is he?
I mean, it's not
No,
the Men on Film
privately we-
podcast, but it's something.
privately, we kind of
No, of course, but
about
it's
our
like-
feelings. And
Aren't you kind of? I feel like they're week, like on a weekly basis. They're just like bombing.
how
I think they get over it.
How do
the
you?
explosion of sex that occurs after they're famous on SNL,
He's been
Where
in a
the
long-term
explosion.
relationship
where
with
they open
another
the
good friend.
door and it, like this movie, it's just like vaginal and penile creatures are just like flinging themselves upon them
That's
wherever
true.
they go.
I go, what's it like, dude, when Saturday comes? And he goes, buddy, it's like flipping the reverberator on.
It's like fucking a toaster. And
I go, who's got the
attic of my
biggest,
parents'
who's got the biggest penile gland on set? Peenie gland.
I mean, it's
I'm
true.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to
Colin
tell you.
Jost.
That's just the kind of stuff we
Bobby
talk about.
Moynihan.
Nope.
Michael
It's not
J.
who you think it is. Not who you think it is. I'm not going to tell you who, but it's not who you think it is.
Gilbert Gottfried, the best SNL cast
Jeez.
member.
Yeah.
Adam, what was your rating?
Like I was saying, I like this movie a lot. I would give it a 4.5.
That was
Nice.
unrelated to your rating.
4.5. Like I
You got to pick one, buddy.
4.5. I'll pick 4.5 because I genuinely just the story is so good. It's like and like the scene, all the scenes are good basically in this movie. So 4.5.
Would it have been 5 if there would have been a little bit more smoke?
Yeah. I can't in good conscience give the smokeless movie.
Adam
five.
has an obsession with wanting to see hell and wanting to see other dimensions.
Just wait,
And he
Adam.
wants
it
to be
You're
like-
going to hell, dude. Just wait.
Just wait a few years.
Yes.
No, I'm going to heaven. I'm going to heaven, guys.
No way.
Yeah.
There's
Out of the three of
absolutely
us,
no
I'm
way
definitely
anybody-
going to heaven.
Anybody that wears toe separators on a daily basis is not going to any sort of heaven.
So purgatory immediately. Out of the three of us, I'm definitely the one that's going to heaven.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
Because
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
get to
die.
the.
William's going.
No, you're gonna
William's
get to the
going
pearly
worst
gates.
hell.
You're gonna get. Yeah, definitely. William's going to his own personal.
William's
hell.
going to the dark, like the where it's like ice.
ooh,
That's
spooky.
William's hell.
He's.
Ryan, you can
I'm
go to heaven
I'm
too.
currently in my own hell. Being on this podcast is my own personal hell.
Yeah.
I love this podcast.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
We'll have fun. in heaven, dude.
Living's pretty wild, but Adam's gonna be at the pearly gates. Is what I was trying to say. He's gonna be at the pearly gates. He made it to heaven, and there's some sort of checklist because first of all, if heaven's already got a wall, that doesn't make any sense. They got gates. It's a gated community.
It's like
and-
the U.S. Mexico border.
Exactly. and Adam's. So it's not anywhere anybody really probably wants to be. And Adam's gonna be like, okay, you did good. You were a good boy your whole life. Good boy, good boy. Going through the checklist. Yeah, everything checks out. I think. What? Oh, did you? This looks like a clinical error. This is the guy, the angel at the gates. He goes, this is probably just like an error. This is embarrassing, an error on our end. But did you drink your own piss once? and
then a really cool, and then like a bouncer, like in a really cool suit, comes by. He's like,
Hey, Adam, man, I gotta take you down to hell. It's gonna be all right. There's we got a lot going on down there this weekend. We got 3 stages, Woody roast, Kevin Peter there. And maybe you can crowd surf or
I love
something.
them.
Oh, it's just constant
That's
ska.
pretty cool.
that's hell. It's just a giant ska fest. Just a hot parking lot.
Dude.
Oh, no liquor,
like Orange
been.
County.
No drugs.
It's just in Orange. You're in Orange County in a parking lot, and it's just like 130 degrees, and you're just in the crowd of a ska festival. And you can't get anywhere. You keep pushing through the audience, and it just keeps going on forever. And
not even like young ska, like teenager ska.
Yeah.
This is like middle aged. All middle aged. It's all white middle aged men,
just pasty guys
out of shape. For how they've been skanking their whole life. They should be in a little bit better shape, and they're not.
I think ska transcends like ethnicity and race.
that's so
Yeah, I
profound.
guess.
That's a profound
solely
statement.
white.
There's like 3 Asian guys, and Adam's like, "This is such a great mix."
I feel like I could. I could
There's
think of a couple
one
black ska guys. I know
48 white guys and 1 Indian kid.
I'm just describing.
what a race.
I'm just describing this this version of hell.
And you start crying, and you're like, "This actually is heaven."
And he starts skanking.
Yeah, and he like rises up above and floats to heaven.
He's no. Keep me here.
Way to cap off my life. I would love that.
And you get to heaven, you're like, I need to listen to ska. And they're like, this is heaven. There's no ska music.
As he's floating up to heaven, he goes, no. Keep me down. And he just starts pissing in his own mouth.
See, I had a kick up.
And it goes back and forth.
And he goes, yeah.
Floating in between two planes.
Somebody's stuck between stealing bases.
He goes back and forth based on the flow of his pee. So like when it's going up to his face, he's going back down to Scaville. And then when he runs out of pee, damn, that's your purgatory, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm stuck in purgatory because I run out. Damn. All right, what's your guys' ratings? The last half hour of this is always me trying to end the podcast so I can go to sleep.
Yeah, and the first half is always you trying to not start it.
That's true. Damn. Wow, Ryan, you just blew my mind.
A lot of truth in that statement.
Yeah, you gave me a lot to chew on.
Truth teller. That's what you get when you're hanging out with some of the ruffians down at the Hotel Desire bar. I gave this movie 4 stars.
Cool.
Just now. I didn't give it anything yet until I just said that. And here's what got me. I was probably gonna go like 3.5 because it was awesome. The makeup, practical effects, whatever it's called, was awesome. But what got me is I thought the movie was about to end after he became bald. Right?
Yeah.
And then the shit started popping out of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was at the hospital, and then he started sucking people's brains out through their eye. And that's when I was like, oh, we got another 30 minutes going here.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is
I literally
long.
It doesn't get boring. It doesn't like run out of steam at all.
I thought it was going to be super short.
It's a brisk movie. It's very short.
But it keeps it going.
Yeah, I know. So what you were like,
and I out loud I said,
you have no concept of time, so the movie's says
absolutely
good or bad,
not.
Or you're like, good. Oh, this is 3 stars, this is 3.5 stars. And you're like, oh, we got a half an hour more.
No, I thought the plot was done.
4
I thought like she fire extinguished the reverberator and destroyed it.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
ends.
okay, the villain is gone. What's next? And then it was a whole, oh, there's a new villain. It was kind of it was
It'd
like
be cool if every movie was like 50 minutes long and just ended
you're
at that
preaching
part
to
of
the choir,
of
my
story.
dude. And William's like, you got to watch 7-hour long movie.
Well, every movie has the thing that like or most traditional movies have that the moment before the between the middle of the movie and like the end of act 2, where it feels like it feels like the climax that the movie has been building towards, but it creates another.
What's a false climax?
It opens things up. Yeah, it's a false.
And then the characters are
ending.
are,
But it
are
feels
not
like the
even
ending
Sounds like
that
every
you've been
sexual
expecting.
experience I've ever had.
False endings.
There's a lot of false
You faking
climaxes.
orgasms.
Me, it's always me faking it.
Yeah. Just so you can get some sleep.
William, what's your rating?
But yeah, So
I gave it 5.
Also,
stars.
this movie could have been
Really?
7 minutes long, knowing the story is 7 pages long.
Yeah, I love this movie. This is a
The page.
horror classic.
it's awesome.
This is horror.
Yes.
This is what horror is.
Horror is typically anything supernatural or something where you don't know if it's actually happening or if you're going crazy. That's like the standard.
Well, we knew this was happening.
Or was it?
It was also about like schizophrenia or whatever. He's in like the mental hospital, and like she believes what he's saying is real, or like she's like, let's find it. It's like it's a movie about like, what if you believed what somebody who was schizophrenic was saying.
Right.
Yeah, that was like her profession.
That theme of like madness is like a big thing in H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the final scene when
believing in the madness.
Well, Madness is one of those great bands.
Ska band?